Well, we was just thinking that maybe...
Young man, you think again.
What if I told you that one of the most beloved shows in American TV history, a series about fast cars, small-town mischief, and good old Southern charm was also one of the strangest productions Hollywood ever pulled off?
You mean you stole these gambling machines and a truck?
Oh, no. Yeah.
That's right. The Dukes of Hazzard wasn't just about the General Lee jumping creeks and outsmarting Boss Hogg. Behind the cameras, things got downright bizarre. From secret lawsuits and real-life crashes to a theme song that outperformed the show itself, this TV classic was pure controlled chaos. So buckle your seatbelt, folks, because we're counting down 15 weird facts you never knew about the Dukes of Hazzard, starting with the most bizarre of them all.
They say about 320
Right.
or so, and when the show ended in '85, there were 17 of these left.
Number 1. The General Lee wasn't just one car, it was over 300. Let's start big, literally. The famous orange Dodge Charger, known as the General Lee, wasn't a single car. Over the course of the series, production went through more than 300 of them. Why? Because every episode featured massive car jumps, crashes, and stunts, and most of those cars didn't survive. After one jump, a Charger would often land nose first and crumble like a soda can. The stunt team tried reusing what they could, but by the end of the show, Chargers became so scarce that producers started disguising other cars with fake Charger bodies. It got so bad that fans began stealing Dodge Chargers across the South just to help the studio find replacements. If you saw a bright orange car parked on a lot in 1983, chances are it had a TV career. Number 2. The show was sued by Dodge. Sort of. Speaking of cars, here's a twist you didn't expect. During the show's peak popularity, Dodge wasn't exactly thrilled about how their beloved Charger was being destroyed every week. Fans loved seeing the General Lee fly through the air, but the company hated that the car was constantly totaled. They complained that the stunts gave the Charger a reputation as a junk magnet rather than a muscle legend. The irony? Dukes of Hazzard actually made the Charger more famous than ever. Used car prices for Chargers skyrocketed. Today, an original screen-used General Lee can fetch over $250,000 at auction. So Dodge didn't win that argument, but car collectors sure did. Number 3. The horn was a real Civil War bugle tune. You know that legendary Dixie horn that plays every time the General Lee honks? That sound wasn't created in a studio, it came from a real truck horn discovered by accident. One of the producers heard it on a passing car in Atlanta and chased the driver down just to ask where it came from. They paid $300 cash for the horn right there on the spot, and it became one of the most iconic sounds in TV history. It's so recognizable that even decades later, people still honk Dixie when they see an orange car, though maybe not as often as they used to. Times have changed, but that tune is burned into pop culture forever.
I want you to get an ambulance and a wrecker out at the old river road. The Duke boys done gone in.
Number 4. Bo and Luke actually quit the show. Yep, the stars of the Dukes of Hazzard, John Schneider, Bo, and Tom Wopat, Luke, walked off the set during season 5. The reason? Money. They claimed Warner Brothers was shortchanging them on merchandising royalties from lunchboxes, toy cars, and posters. The studio thought they were bluffing until the two actually left. Producers replaced them with 2 new Dukes, cousins Coy and Vance, who were, let's just say, not as popular. Fans revolted, ratings tanked. Within months, Bo and Luke were brought back with higher pay. Lesson learned. You can't replace the Dukes of Hazzard without, well, the Dukes of Hazzard.
Hi, Daisy. Hi, Daisy.
Hey, fellas.
Number 5. Daisy Dukes shorts changed fashion forever. Let's be honest, Daisy Dukes are one of the most lasting legacies of the show. Catherine Bach's iconic cut-off denim shorts didn't just turn heads, they changed fashion. Before the Dukes of Hazzard, no one called short jean cutoffs Daisy Dukes. After it, the name became a dictionary term. But here's the fun part. The network initially hated her outfit. CBS executives wanted her to wear long skirts or more modest clothes. Bach refused. She argued that Daisy was confident, independent, and owned her look. She won and made fashion history in the process. Number 6. The theme song outperformed the show. You know you've made TV magic when the theme song becomes a hit single. Waylon Jennings, who also narrated the show, wrote and performed Good Ol' Boys. The song was such a banger that it climbed to #1 on the Billboard country chart and even cracked the top 40 on the pop chart. Waylon earned more money from the song than from his narration work. He was so amused by it that during live concerts, he'd introduce it by saying, "Here's the one song that got me more mail than all my others combined."
I'll tell you the story. I'm Waylon Jennings.
Number 7. The show was inspired by real moonshiners. Believe it or not, the Dukes of Hazzard wasn't just made up out of thin air. It was loosely inspired by a 1975 movie called Moonrunners, which was based on the real-life exploits of moonshine runners Jerry and Bobby Love. Even the characters' names and the car's nickname General Lee came straight from that film. The original Moonrunners even had a similar narrator played by, you guessed it, Waylon Jennings. So before it became family-friendly fun, the Dukes of Hazzard was rooted in genuine Southern outlaw history. Number 8. The General Lee once got stolen in real life. Here's a twist that sounds straight out of the show. One of the original General Lee cars was actually stolen in real life. In 2001, a screen-used General Lee owned by actor John Schneider, Bo Duke himself, vanished from his storage lot in California. Fans and collectors went on high alert. Months later, the car was recovered in pieces after being spotted in a warehouse. The thief? A collector who apparently just wanted to own a piece of TV history. Schneider later said he wasn't even angry, just amazed that someone pulled off a real-life Duke-style car heist. You can't make that up.
The poster was 75 and Charlie's Angels was 76.
Do we have that poster, Dana? We just bring everybody back. I just like to... There it is.
9. Catherine Bach's poster outsold Farrah Fawcett. In the late 70s, Farrah Fawcett's red swimsuit poster was the pinup of the decade, but Catherine Bach gave her a run for her money. When Bach's promotional Daisy Duke poster was released, it sold over 5 million copies, rivaling Farrah's. The crazy part? Bach posed for the photo herself because the studio refused to hire a professional photographer. They thought it wouldn't sell. Instead, it became a pop culture phenomenon. Teen bedrooms across America had a new wall decoration, and it wasn't Farrah anymore. 10. The car jumps were real and dangerous. No CGI, no trick editing, those crazy car jumps were 100% real. The stunt crew actually launched full-size Dodge Chargers off ramps at speeds over 70 miles per hour. Many of those cars didn't survive. In fact, the production crew hired a full-time mechanic team just to rebuild or salvage wrecks. Stunt drivers were often injured, and one famously said, "If you landed one of those jumps and could walk away, you bought yourself a beer." Tough job, tougher cars. 11. They used toy cars for aerial shots. Eventually, all that destruction caught up with them. The budget couldn't handle wrecking multiple real cars per episode, so the special effects team started using miniature models and remote control cars for faraway jump shots. If you watch closely, you can spot the difference. The models are slightly lighter in color and sometimes bounce unrealistically. Still, most viewers never noticed, and it saved the production thousands of dollars.
Duke boys, you'll be coming by here just any moment now. I can feel it in my bones. I just can't wait to get...
12. Roscoe P. Coltrane's laugh was totally ad-libbed. That goofy QQQ laugh from Sheriff Roscoe. P. Coltrane wasn't in the script. Actor James Best made it up during rehearsal to make the crew laugh, and producers told him to keep it. It became Roscoe's signature. Best improvised so much that half of Roscoe's dialogue ended up being unscripted. His mix of bumbling energy and childlike charm made him the perfect counterbalance to Boss Hogg's scheming ways. 13. The show accidentally sparked real police chases. During filming in Georgia, fans sometimes mistook stunt scenes for real police chases. Locals would call 911 thinking someone was fleeing the law. At one point, actual deputies joined in, not realizing it was a TV shoot. After that, the crew had to post signs on roads reading, "Filming in progress, not a real chase." Imagine the confusion when someone saw the General Lee flying over a bridge and thought it was real life.
It's an iconic car from a beloved show, now in the middle of a controversy over the Confederate flag. Warner Brothers has announced it will no longer make Dukes of Hazzard merchandise with the stars and bars. 14. The show got banned overseas. While the Dukes of Hazzard was a hit in the US, some countries banned or censored it for its use of the Confederate flag on the General Lee.
In the 2010s, reruns even disappeared from several streaming services for the same reason. Fans were divided, some saw it as historical context, others as outdated symbolism. Regardless of politics, the General Lee remains one of the most recognizable cars in TV history, controversy and all.
It's on who that'll be.
Here comes somebody. Good. Oh, I love ambush. Good. Oh!
15. It was supposed to be darker. Believe it or not, the Dukes of Hazzard wasn't meant to be a light-hearted family show. The original pilot script had the Duke boys running illegal moonshine and dealing with more adult themes. But CBS wanted something fun and easy to watch, not Smokey and the Bandit for television. So the producers cleaned it up, turned the Dukes into lovable rebels instead of criminals, and the rest is history. The show found the perfect mix of mischief, humor, and heart, and became a Friday night institution. And there you have it, 15 weird, wild, and downright unbelievable facts about the Dukes of Hazzard. From flying cars and fake beards to legal battles and fashion revolutions, it wasn't just a show, it was a full-blown cultural event that redefined what fun TV could be. So next time you hear that Dixie horn or see a bright orange Charger, remember, it's not just nostalgia, it's a piece of American television history. If you liked this video and it brought back memories, you'll love the next one too. Until then, drive safe, stay out of trouble, and keep those good old boys in your heart.